Can you have a gay kid? Can your kid transition at 7 years old? Why don't you guys fight each other over that rather than see that these graphs are not respective at all of an average person's experience? Can robots have genders? Yeah, let's think about that rather than are robots going to take your fucking job? And so this is the problem. And people like, again, the Democrat Party has been completely poisoned with identity politics. Totally poisoned, I think irrecoverably so. I don't think that it's ever going to get out of the identity politics. I think you need a new party. It's got cancer and it's terminal. And the Republican Party isn't that much better, but the Republican Party has been cancer. It has been the party of big business. It has been the party of, putting the 1% over the 99% because you've convinced the 99% that they are the temporarily embarrassed 1%. This is what's happened. And so it's not like either of these sides are on your side. Neither of them are America first. You're talking about international businessmen, international business owners that have citizenship, residences, and living spaces all over the world. They have no real obligation to America. They have no loyalty to America other than the opportunistic advantage that America would provide that obviously, okay, well, this is the biggest economy, so I want it to do well. That's it. That's it. There's no shared purpose. There's no shared goal. There's no ideology that's driving this. It is just simply economic convenience. That's it. That's all it is. And meanwhile, you're working, you can't get a fucking job, you're competing against a robot, a Somalian, and a woman who gets a higher fucking score on something because she was born with a different fucking gender than you. And meanwhile, you think it's the woman who's the enemy. No, it's the person who made the system that did that. But they're keeping you getting mad at them so you're not mad at the other people. That's it. That's the main problem. That and I want to say that is the prime evil. That is the prime, ultimate, absolute evil. And it grows bigger every single year. Every single consumer metric, every single metric of economic disparity is showing the two lines getting farther and farther apart. It doesn't matter whether it's productivity and wages. It doesn't matter whether it's the top 1% and the bottom 50%. It doesn't matter whether it's home ownership and renters. Every single graph shows the exact same thing. It's amazing how nobody sees this because they're stupid. And I don't think it's ever going to change, by the way. I think the American public and the public in general, the average human being is so stupid, so selfish, so short-sighted that at the worst case scenario, the rich people will just pay the poor people to kill the other half of the poor people. Pay half the poor people, they kill the other half, and then we're going to go right back to business as usual. This is never going to get better. I know, you might not believe me, but every country has this. You think it's perfect in China? Fuck no, they have the same general problems. In Russia, they have the same general problems. This is all over the world. This is a massive issue. Divide. Yes, exactly. How much are we talking? Yes, this is all over the world. And this is a manifestation of the Pareto principle, 80-20 rule that applies to everything in the world, basically, where 80% of things are controlled by 20% of people. And the only difference that we have is that it's not 80% and it's not 20%, it's 1% and it's 95%. That's the only difference that we have. So yes. And I don't think it's ever going to get better because nobody's going to vote for Andrew Yang. Nobody's going to believe this stuff. Nobody understands math. Nobody knows what country they live in. People are, kids are getting it. You've got kids now. They grow up. They're on fucking loot boxes. They're like opening up loot boxes at 4 years old, getting addicted to gambling. They get older. They spend so much time on a tablet. They can't walk, so their leg muscles aren't developed. They can't even go upstairs. They can't read read their name. They can't write their name. They're 9, 10 years old. They can barely figure out what their fucking name is. Then they go to middle school and they're getting bombarded with OnlyFans ads whenever they go on to fucking Instagram or YouTube Kids. And that's if they're not being fucking pipelined into some degenerate furry fetish shit. Then you have on top of that, they're doing Galaxy Gas. You've got kids gambling on rain bed and steak. Then on top of that, they go, oh, you know what? I want to be a basketball player. Well, there's no reason to be a basketball player anymore. Why don't you just bet on the basketball players? That's what all the cool celebrities do. So they're addicted to sports gambling. And then they get older, they get addicted to real gambling. Then they get older than that. And now they're addicted to prediction market gambling because it's being advertised by CNN. And so you have people, oh, and by the way, they never learn about statistics. They never learn about economics. They never learn about any sort of accounting. The only thing that they learn about is what year some president, decided that someday would be a holiday. But they don't know how to balance their taxes. They don't know what a 1040 is. They don't know what a statistic is. They don't know what the N means inside of a sample size in a fucking study. So these people are so functionally fucking retarded that they might as well just be batteries. They'd be batteries, they'd be more useful to society. And this is a carefully engineered conveyor belt to turn people into fucking slaves, basically. That's it. And I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm losing my fucking mind seeing this happen. And the only way that I can fucking deal with it is I think to myself, well, hey, it's not going to happen to me. It's natural selection. Well, people are getting selected, and it's happening a lot faster than you think. And the worst part is, they'll select themselves. If you want to do something that's truly against the will of the people, put it to a vote. It's so sad. It's so fucking sad. That's what I think.